Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you a pot that I played last July for a total of $55,000. It's a 5-card game, 2550. People are playing pretty wildly and we're going to jump right into it. Quick breakdown of the players. We have Mons sitting on our left, VIP player that's playing very wild. Then we have Karadze on his left, who has been trying to get into as many pots as possible with him. Nordqvist sitting on the button and Diogo sitting in the small blind. So Mons is opening as he was doing with a lot of hands. Karadze 3-betting at a range of 30 to 40% and then an overcall from Nordqvist, who is obviously trying to get into some pots here in position. We wake up with Ace, King, 10, 8 double suited, which is a super strong hand in 5-card, and we're more than 500 big blinds deep. So there's not really any solutions for this hand, but we can still try and figure out what the ranges are that we're playing against and then make a good decision. So Mons is opening 80% of his range here, Karadze is 3-betting at least 30%, and then Nordqvist is probably overcalling 15% of his hands, and then the strongest hands would be a cold 4-bet. We wake up with Ace, King, 10, 7, 8, and this hand is so strong that against these kind of ranges we can either call or cold 4-bet. So we're sitting out of position, so cold 4-betting becomes pretty attractive. If we have the same hand on the button, we might try to flat call the hand and play the hand with a big stack to pot ratio, but as we're out of position it's nice to have a smaller, shallower stack to pot ratio, so we're going to cold 4-bet this hand. We're cold 4-betting, we get one call. Karadze is folding. I think that goes to show at how many hands he was playing, and then Nordqvist goes for the unexpected 5-bet. So this hand is too strong to fold, I think, because all the strong aces would have been 4-bet already by Nordqvist. So folding is not really an option, but him holding aces, weak aces most probably, is almost a certainty. So we call this hand, expecting to be called by Mons as well. Queen 10, 6 on the flop with 2 clubs, which is pretty bad for us because we're not holding any clubs, which makes it way more likely that our opponents are holding clubs. So the few outs that we have here, or the few clean outs that we have here, become even dirtier. I'm for sure checking here. Then whenever Mons decides to go all in, we probably have to fold if Nordqvist is calling, and he's calling most of the time. So I was kind of expecting to check fold this hand. Take a long time. Mons checks back almost instantly. And then Nordqvist goes all in. Obviously, super strong hands are being checked by Mons still, so he's not necessarily leading, but he's leading a lot of hands that don't want a check from Nordqvist. So hands like Queen 10 with a little bit of backup, or super big draws, hands like those. So now we have a shove from Nordqvist, who probably has weak aces, and we do quite well against weak aces. And there's a likelihood that Mons is folding, so our hand goes from a potential fold to a call, and then hopefully Mons folds and we go all in against weak aces. The problem with a usual range from this position is that it really hits this board pretty hard, but he's playing so many hands that he can still have any 5 cards, so we're calling and hoping for the best. We call. Notkeys shows up with trip aces that are triple suited. So this is basically the best hand ever that we could go all in against. 64% to win the pot. I said 55k at the start, but it was 48. Little lie to get some extra viewers. We spike the 9, run it once as we do most of the time, and we take home this pot. So obviously the hands that are being played in this lineup have nothing to do with what happens in the solver, so you have to figure it out on the fly. But after the session you can still check out, let's see if this works. Check out if you're doing something that makes any sense. So here with the ace king 10 8 7 double suited, we can see on preflop whiz, which is what I use for my preflop, what would happen if, for instance, somebody opens and there's a flat call. So what should we do with this hand? And that's basically the situation that we have. It looks a bit weird because there's people opening and 3-betting and overcalling 3-bets, but since the game was so wild, the ranges are still super wide, maybe even wider than an open and a call. So I feel pretty confident seeing all the red here that I made the right decision. And then for the trip aces, which is a funny hand, and obviously sometimes it's hard when you're switching from 4-card to 5-card. In 4-card we have 6 hand combinations, in 5-card we have 10 hand combinations, which makes trip aces way worse. So in 4-card PLO we would always play the trip aces, but then in 5-card PLO we're folding this hand from under the gun, from mid position, from cutoff, 100 big blinds deep. So looking at how that hand went, I think Notkeys got kind of sucked in after overcalling and seeing me squeezing the overcall. Then you have to decide if you want to fold or you want to re-raise, and then re-raising becomes kind of attractive because the SPR is quite low. But I think he just overestimated the power of trip aces in 5-card, and if he would play the hand again after seeing this, he would probably fold it right away. Okay, that's it for the breakdown. Hopefully you guys like it. As you can see, I don't have an editor, and that's what I'm looking for, so drop me a message or something if you're interested in editing my videos on YouTube. Have a nice day.